Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the House of Law and I'm attorney Al Jamrani. I make videos about the law, about law subjects, and about law related issues. If you're new to the channel, please check out my playlists. I have around 50 videos already. I hope you learn from them. If you're enjoying what you're watching, please drop a like. Please consider subscribing to my channel and please click that notification bell so that you will be notified in case I upload a new video. So it's March 31, 2021. It's the middle of the week, it's Holy Wednesday, and it's the third day of the return of the ECQ here in NCR Plus here in the Philippines. So how have you been spending your days? Well, I hope you're staying at home, keeping yourself safe, and I hope you're making the most out of it. In my case, I've been doing some work and watching movies on the side. I've just finished Zack Snyder's version, or the uncut version of the Justice League, and boy, it was amazing. I mean, it was a masterpiece. I'm a comic book fan, mostly a Marvel fan, but I still have a hangover. You know what I mean? It was a long movie. I started watching it last night, but I had to sleep at part 5. Yes, or was it part 4? I had to sleep because I couldn't just watch it without enjoying it, you know. It was a movie worth watching and enjoying. So I had to sleep and then resume in the morning. So I did resume this morning and I finished it. And it was so different from the Joss Whedon directed film. And I think this should have been the Justice League that was released in cinemas. It could have gone toe-to-toe against Marvel's Avengers, the last 2 movies. But yeah, I mean, we have different tastes. I am a Marvel fan, but I did like Justice League by Zack Snyder. So let's see what Zack Snyder has prepared for the fans. And hopefully the pandemic will be over and then people can go back to the cinemas again to enjoy the movies. Okay, so aside from that, this morning while I was doing some work, I had a moment, and that moment was, I just realized that I never appreciated my books, especially my codals. Okay, so right now I'd like to show you my codals. Okay, so here are my codals. I'm sure you also have your codals, but while I was doing my work and I was like reaching for these codals, then I realized, what will I do without these codals? How would have I survived law school without my codals? So today is a Codal Appreciation Day. By the way, a codal is a small book, usually hardbound, which contains most all of the laws pertaining to the subject. So we have codals for civil law, for criminal law, for commercial law, and even for procedural law. So you will usually see these being carried by law students, and even some lawyers carry these, and they are usually mistaken for Bibles. And if you're wearing a white barong, you could be mistaken for a pastor or a minister if you have these. Okay, but these codals are like Bibles as well for lawyers. My first ever codal was the Civil Code of the Philippines. The color of the cover, I think, was black and yellow. Okay, but not like these ones, because these are already hardbound ones. But it was a soft copy. It was from a Central Bookstore, if I could remember. It was my first codal, but not my codal. It was my dad's codal. My dad went to law school back in 1987. I think I was 8 years old back then. He didn't tell us he was in law school. And besides, I wouldn't understand what a law school was at that time. The book, I actually lost it. And that's why I had to buy another one. And this is my new civil code. And it just took me like 1 year or 2 years to get it to this state. Okay. That's how overused this book is. Okay, so this is from Rex Bookstore. It's called The Civil Code of the Philippines. Okay, so that's my name. Okay, and yeah, here, this is the Civil Code of the Philippines. Okay, so I hope it's focusing. I don't know how some vloggers do it. I mean, this is not a makeup, but yeah. I've been using this a lot because my area of practice is civil law. I do contracts. I also litigate, mostly family law, property law, and sales law. So this is a go-to book for me. Every time there is a question and when I can't remember the specific provision or the number or the article number, I just reach for this. So this is an essential codal. The other essential codal is the revised penal code. Okay, so the revised penal code is the codal for criminal law. The revised penal code is the law for general offenses. When there are special laws that relate to or amend these general offenses, then they're also usually compiled together with the revised penal code. By the way, this revised penal code is a 2002 edition. But yeah, I still use this. I bought this when I was reviewing for the bar exams in 2003, and so yeah, this is a very special book for me. Now, this is published by Central Bookstore. Okay. Now, the third codal that I'd like to share to you is the Rules of Court. Okay, the Rules of Court is the compilation of all procedural laws or rules that are applicable to civil as well as criminal cases filed and prosecuted before our courts, from the municipal trial courts all the way to the Supreme Court. Now, in addition to the basic rules of court, we also have Supreme Court issuances, also special laws that affect or that supplement these rules of court. Okay, now by the way, this is an old rules of court. Why old? Because last 2019, the Supreme Court amended both the rules on civil procedure as well as the rules on evidence. These are supplemented by my soft copies of the amended rules on civil procedure as well as amended rules on evidence. So I'd like to appreciate these books because these books made law school easy, and also at the same time, these books make litigation more efficient for me. Many of us are already dependent on the internet or the computers, and many of us have our soft copies or PDF copies, if you will, of these codals. So would I recommend PDF copies of codals? Of course, sure, no problem. If you have already adjusted with using your computer as your source of information and also where you put in your work, then of course a PDF copy would be better for you. But if you're one who wants to, browse through pages, smell the pages, and write some notes or encircle some provisions like this, then these printed codals would be the ones for you. And in my case, I have the old codals or the main codals and the amendments in my computer. I am a mix of both traditional and modern. I love traditional books. I mean, I love having books. I love writing on books, making notes on the margins of books. But at the same time, I am also into technology. So that every time when we check out something from the books, we have to also check if there have been amendments. Okay, and most of these amendments are usually in the internet, so it really is easy to research. So this video is really just to show you my codals and to appreciate them. I mean, if these were real people, I would tell them, you are the 3 most important people in the world. So thank you guys. So that's it from me, guys. I hope I made you smile, and keep safe. I'll catch you in the next video. Laging tatandaan, isip e buksan, alamin ang batas.